I mean, let's talk about this game. We got some really interesting lines out there right now. A couple hours ago when we were looking at everything, you've got the Mavs coming in fully rested, no injury. Well, actually, I take that back. There, I think Luka was day to day, but he's supposed to be back by the 6th, and then there was one other one. I forget what it is.
Luka, I'm not worried. Luka will be there. I don't care if he has pneumonia. He will be there.
But we've got the Mavs coming off of a decent rest. We've got the Celtics coming off of a 10-day rest. And I mean, not to sound crazy, but 10 days is a long time to not be aggressively moving forward, especially going into the finals.
Yeah.
It's almost like they kind of kicked themselves in the ass a little bit by winning so quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like these lines. These are what I call money making lines.
Yeah.
And we've got the Mavs. Excuse me. We got the Mavs at a plus 205, underdogs, heavy underdogs at that. Boston's at home. They're minus 250 favorited on the line. The over-under was 214.5. And I'm kind of torn on this too because I'm almost afraid that the Mavs come out and they exploit the fact that the Celtics have rested too long, almost over-rested. And if that's the case, I feel like this could be an under game where I don't think they go past that 215 mark. But then I look at it like, this is game 1 of the NBA Finals. This is where the rubber meets the road, and you got to put up or shut up. So I also think they could blow it out of the water, especially both these teams have way surpassed the overs the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'll throw the ball in your court. What do you think, man? Like this is a crazy game. I'm torn on it. What do you think?
Take a loan out, probably from your house, and put all your money in the Mavs winning game 1. Okay, that might be exaggerated, but no, I think the Mavs will win game 1, and you should place a bet, put on a 3 or 4 gamer. Obviously, we have this guy over here to kind of let you know with Apollo, but here's the way I look at it. You hit on a lot of good points, a lot of great points. Celtics 10-day rest, that doesn't bode well. Instantly reminds me of the 2019 NBA Finals when the Warriors played the Raptors. Warriors swept. I forget who they swept. I think they actually swept the Blazers, actually. Or, I don't know. I think it was. And the Raptors played a 6-game series. And then, man, the Raptors blew them out in game 1. The Celtics, I don't know. I can't trust Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown for whatever reason. Like, that's cute. You guys run through the Eastern Conference, but it's a whole different beast here against the West. And the Mavs are the champs of the West.
Yeah.
So it didn't matter if it's the Wolves or the Thunder. Yeah, I think the West is just overall top to bottom the best conference. You're not in a way they had a Mickey Mouse run. You know, you beat the Heat without Jimmy B. You beat the Cavs. Darius Garland got injured during that series. You beat the Knicks, the Pacers.
Indy.
Well, heck, if they would have played the Knicks, they didn't have Julius Randle. Jalen Brunson got hurt. You beat the Pacers in 4 games, which, who cares? Tyrese Halliburton wasn't playing in some of those games.
Halliburton being out definitely hurt. But Indy's still
they're still good. Don't get me wrong.
It was impressive
they were
to
hooping.
see that they were hooping. They were balling out.
But that doesn't take away the fact. And I'm only part of me is saying this because I'm a Suns fan. I can't tell you how many people said, "Oh, you guys made it to the finals because LeBron got hurt or AD got hurt," and then they're talking about all these injuries. Like, all right, fine. So I might piss off some Celtics fans, but I don't care. But the point still stands. I think game one doesn't determine if you win the series or not. It's just a game. But I think that Luka will impose his will in game 1. He's got to be super excited that he's going to his first finals. Combine that with 10-day rest, and I think they could just come out on top. I think they'll be super motivated. And the Celtics, they always disappoint on games 1 and 2 for whatever reason. I think
definitely games 2. They have a
they should have
weird
lost.
track
They should
record
have lost
losing
game
games
1.
too.
To be fair to Indy,
Yeah.
they should have lost game 1. They should have lost game 3. So, I mean, they swept the Pacers They swept the Pacers, but I mean, they should have gone to 6 games. Honestly, because Indy choked.
I like I said, I'm torn on this. I love both sides of this coin. I like Mavs exploiting Celtics, upsetting game 1. Cause I'm a big dog guy. Everyone that knows that I'm a big dog guy. So I love to see dogs win. But at the same time, it's really hard to go against the Green Machine at home when they're like what 9 games back to back wins. Like they're on fire. Now, granted, they could have had a little bit of a it's, I don't want to say Cinderella, but what was the term you used a minute ago?
Mickey Mouse run.
Mickey Mouse run. I mean that has a lot of legitimacy. Excuse me, to it. And obviously the Mavs are not going to be a Mickey Mouse run at all. I think with Luka and Kyrie and that entire squad, they're just going to
at least 6. I don't see the Mavs losing in any less than 6.
Yeah. That being said, let's do this. I mean, obviously, I'm pretty confident you're going to go Mavs. You're saying 6. I feel let's set both sides of this coin, if Dallas doesn't come out and upset tomorrow, I see this going tit for tat, home court, game 7, and then we toss a coin and see who shows up and wants it more. I see it going 7 games if Dallas doesn't upset tomorrow. If Dallas upsets tomorrow, absolutely see this probably going 6, because that would be like a big, huge kick in the balls to Tatum and Porzingis and Derek White and these guys of that Celtics team. What do you think?
Yeah, if you're a Celtics player, you'd be damned if you lose again in the NBA Finals. But I think it's going to happen. So I'm going Mavs in 6. I know you told me earlier going Celtics in 7. But the thing is, it could go to 7. If it goes to 7, anybody can win. I just
Game 7 is I've seen over the 40 years I've been on this planet. I've seen Game 7s that just like, woo!
But here's the thing.
No idea.
So what you're saying is, if it goes to 7 games, you trust Jason Tatum more than Luka Doncic? Because that's basically what you're saying.
I mean, what I'm saying is if it goes Game 7, it's whatever team shows up at the hungriest. Luka, this isn't Jason Tatum's first rodeo, and it's Luka's first time in the finals.
I don't think experience has anything to do with it, though.
Who's hungrier? And I think Luka's very hungry.
I mean, they're both hungry teams.
Yeah.
It's not like you go on a lie detector test and like, oh, okay, you're not as hungry as the Celtics. What the fuck are you doing here? They're both hungry, so I don't think that's a question. They're both hungry teams. You're not gonna talk to any one player and like, oh, he's not hungry. He doesn't want it. They're both gonna be hungry, but I think it comes down to like, who do I trust more? Jason Tatum has proven time and time again maybe he proves me wrong. Maybe he proves me wrong. I don't think so. I don't think he does.
Well, there you have it, guys. That's our prediction for the Mavs Celtics game. Regardless of how it ends up, hell of a story.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be. I think we've got 2 weeks ahead of us, assuming everything goes Game 6 or even to Game 7. Yet we've got 7 games in front of us over the next 2 weeks that are just going to be. I'm expecting nothing but great basketball.
Yeah.
But I've said that twice already, and we end up getting kind of the short end of the stick. One being the Thunder and the Mavs series, the other being the Suns being swept, and obviously the Nugs being my choice going to the finals. They didn't perform like I wanted them to. So, needless to say, there you have it, folks. That's predictions from Shaun and D-Man for the Celtics.